Hello everyone, Arksy here, and I'm standing on the hill here in Holmakra overlooking our yard. I just came up here to see how our saplings are going, ones we planted sort of in the middle of last summer, so they seem to be growing pretty well. Obviously the main change, the snow's all gone, so we're in the last day of winter, but looks like it's warmed up enough for the snow to melt, all except for the stuff that was piled up on the side of the road where we'd ploughed, so still a little bit there, but hopefully, unless we get a late winter, early spring snowfall, it will just about be all gone soon, so that will be nice. It's time to start planning for spring. We've got some things coming up. I want to get started on the placeables for the honey, so we need to build a warehouse and start to get some of our supplies for that. Also level the area we're going to put the fruit trees in, so I might get some of that done today. But firstly, I've got over 200,000 litres of wood chips sitting here, so I'm going to go jump in the Roadrunner, take off the logging trailer and go and get a couple of loads of that sold. I think the price was looking pretty good before, around 400 bucks. So we'll just check that out. Yeah, $402 for 1,000 litres, so not too bad. So we can get a couple of those sold and keep on topping up the account, and we'll be looking good to start investing some of that money back. So let's get that done. I've got the trailer on here, we're just getting our first load filled up. I think I'll get 3 loads today. That'll take about 120,000 litres out of our capacity and bring us in about $45,000 to $50,000. So that'll be a good start to getting the account further filled up, take us over the 400,000 mark. We're going to be spending a little bit either this episode or the next, so it'll be nice to get that filled up a bit more. Alright, there we go, we're full, so let's get going. Made it down here to the shop and just backing into the sell point. There we go. We'll get that unloading. There we go. Press the right button. And we'll see how much this first load brings in and multiply it by 3 and you'll see what we get to. There we go, pretty much bang on 16,000 for that load. So if we go up and bring 2 more back down and we can keep around that same price, we'll be looking, well, actually closer to what, 48,000? Not far off that 50. Alright, let's go get this done. Just pulling into the sell point here with our third load. The price has dropped a couple of dollars. So you would have seen that the second load we got just under the 16,000, so hopefully it hasn't dropped too much more, and this load's still worth around that same value, so we'll get it unloaded and see where we end up. So the same price as load number 2, just a smidge under 16k, so we've certainly got our 48,000 total out of those 3 loads. That was a good addition to the account, so let's head back up to the yard and look at what we're going to do next. Been having a bit of a think about where we're going to put the buildings for the honey production. I was planning on putting it over sort of on the corner of that section over there, but I actually think right about here it's going to be a little bit better. But when I've had a look at the plans for it, these trees here are in the way, so I think I might just quickly get these taken down. It's a bit noisy with the chainsaw going. I'll get these quickly taken down, use the skidder. I'm just going to pull them straight into the wood chipper. I'm not even going to bother about delimbing them or anything like that. They can just go straight into the wood chipper and we'll get this little bit leveled off, and maybe then look at getting this production warehouse built so we've got somewhere to get our honey spun out of the honeycomb when it comes time to. I know it's a little bit backwards doing that before we even have the honey, but I want to be able to do this while we've still got the money before I go and spend it on some big fancy new piece of equipment. I'm going to do that now, and then I know that when it comes time to be able to do what we want to do, we'll have everything in place.
No. Pretty Caroline.
Alright, that's them all cut down. I think those 2 or 3 trees can just stay in place where they are. They're not really going to get in the way. But let's get these ones pulled out and get the stumps ground down and get everything leveled out, ready for the building. There's the last 2 of these trees to put in the chipper. I didn't realise there was one of the taller trees there, which is probably worth a little bit more than wood chips. So I'll drag that over towards the Hitachi, and that can get cut to length and put on the back of the truck and sold as logs. Alright, there we go. We'll leave that there for now. While I'm over here, I have just noticed the stumps as well. I might as well. I'll put the stump grinder on the front, run around, and get them all taken care of. It's not enough to please you. Alright, there we go. I'll go pick this out of the way, and I might just quickly drop the grinder off and go and pick the blade up so it's not in the way of placing the building. Alright, there we go. Nice and clear. Now just to get that piece levelled on that little dip on the right, and then we'll get the building built. So I'll just jump into the landscaping tool. Level this piece off here. I won't worry about any painting or anything at this stage, because obviously it's going to have a building on it. There we go, and then let's have a look at what we're going to build. We've got this warehouse, which is a hall with a warehouse, or we can go for this one here, which is just a big open space. So I think we can stack things without having shelves, and we can add some shelves in later. So I might just go with this one for now. As you can see, it's pretty sizable, but with those trees out of the way, tuck it back in there pretty well. The best spot for it. Alright, and there we go. Perfect. Let's fit it in there nicely. Lots of space still out the front here to get in and out of it, so we'll just put the door up. Not much to it, but it'll be perfect for the honey and the fruit trees. Alright, while we're still doing some landscaping, I think I might get this section here leveled out. This is where the fruit trees are going to go. I'm not going to put them in just yet. It's probably just a little bit cold still to be planting trees, but I'll get it levelled, smoothed out, and then the trees will come maybe next week. Alright, there we go. It's a bit of an improvement on what I was anyhow. A bit smoother, so we'll just leave that now for until later, or when we get the fruit trees planted. So, next step, let's carry on with clearing a few more trees over here. I've got half a load on the back of the truck, so if we can get a few more here and get another load sold, that'll recover some of the costs of what we've just spent on the building and landscaping. Once I've got this one done, I'll get the Hitachi out of the way, and we'll look at getting the wheel loader up here. I think it's probably we're still in winter, it's probably a bit too wet to drive the truck all the way up here. Must admit, I've not had the best day driving this today, but anyhow, we'll leave that parked there, and we'll go down and grab the wheel loader and get a few of these on the back of the truck. So I'm just here, just getting the last logs up onto the truck and trailer. I've cut a few too many, didn't quite need this many, but there we go. There will always be plenty more loads being sold, so just try and get this last couple on here without them falling off. No, lost one. Oh well, that's alright, well, it all can go on the next load, so. I was meant to be showing you all of that loading effort, but made the rookie mistake again of not having the record button going. So you just got to see the trail end of it. Anyhow, I'll get this down and sold, and we'll come back and get a few more loaded. There we go, $72,291 for that load of wood. Another good one. Takes us almost back up to $400,000, so you hardly know we'd just bought that warehouse and carried out a bit of landscaping. I'm going to head back up to the yard and then get a few more logs loaded and get that area cleared up a little bit more. Alright, seeing we missed the last bit of loader work, I'll check the record button, make sure we're going this time, and let you see this. While we do that, I might just have a little bit of a chat. Really love to hear your thoughts on this series, what else you'd like to see in it. Obviously we're going to add in the placeables, we've got the factory there, or the warehouse there. We're going to look at doing poplars. Is there anything else in a forestry sense you'd like to see? Any sort of machinery you want me to add in? Certainly be open to any suggestions. Here that I've got cut down. I decided to put some of the smaller wood I'd normally put in the chipper. I decided to pick a lot of it up and put it on the trailer. No reason other than the fact we've got quite a few wood chips in storage or in the chipper already, so we need to sell some, we can get rid of them. But we might as well make some more money off the wood. Alright, so there we go, just these couple of little pieces here which will go in the chipper. Save all that. Alright, there we go. As I said, 113,000 litres. There's a decent amount of chips to have there, so. Alright, I'm just going to park up in here. The loader hasn't been back in the shed for a long time. Turn that off. Right. I'm going to go and jump on the computer and have a quick look at a few things. I'm just having a look here at the beekeeping supplies and what we're going to have to buy for the bees. So this is for making the honey. So we need to get a honey extractor and a bottling plant. Obviously we need to get some bees and some honeycomb there for go in the hives and the honey box. So we're going to need to get some of all of that. We're also going to need to get, I think, a bucket to put the honey in once it's been extracted. And I think because of the fruit trees we're going to have to get some of these empty pallets here too. And then if I have a look back further, these are our honey rooms or honey hives which the honeycomb goes into the top of and our bees will live in. I think it can take about 14 of those, so if we get a couple we're going to need to get a few of the honeycomb. So what I might do is those are replaceable, so I won't get those now. But I might put the trailer on the back of the pickup and head down to the store and pick up some of these other bits and pieces we need and put them in the warehouse and start to get that set up, and I think that will be the last thing we get done today. So let's go and get that sorted and see how it all goes. Just finished getting the trailer loaded down here at the shop. We've got the honey tank, or honey spinner, which takes all the honey out of the honeycomb. The fill station, which takes the spun honey and puts it into jars. Got some honeycomb here, goes in the hives. Some jars over there to fill up. And then here, some buckets up inside a couple of bins. So, well on our way to getting everything set up that we need. Obviously missing the bees still to make the honey, but still a bit cold. I was talking to the chap in the shop and he said it's certainly too cold around for bees and that they won't be getting them in just yet. So as soon as they do, he'll let me know and we'll be back down here. But let's get this all back up to the farm, or the yard, sorry, and get it all unloaded. So we'll get up here to the yard, and I actually had to run up to the sawmill and grab the bobcat because I've got no other way to unload these pallets and the other items. So I'm just going to go and get these all unstrapped. We'll start at the back here. Oops, unstrap the right thing. Can't get just the one we want. Here we go. Those undone. That one, and that one. Right. Jump on the bobcat. And very carefully get these off here. Oh, not like that. Yep. Carefully, he says, as he throws the first couple of bins around. Anyhow, I'm not sure how I'm going to set up in here, but let's just get these put down against this wall. Obviously not going to put anything too close to the door. Also don't know how much honey we're going to produce. How quickly the hives will, or whether we're going to have enough. Whether just one mixer, one spinner and honey extractor and bottling plant's enough. Oh, I'm going to push that off the back now, aren't I? Oh, I was hitting the centre. Oh well. Everything's turning to custard right now. Alright. I am just going to sort this out without you watching. And I'll be back in a minute. I'm just getting the last of the bins off now. I fixed up my mess. Oops. Yeah. And then made another one. Alright, as you can see though, I've got the bins unloaded in here on this side. I've left the honeycomb right next to the door because we'll need that pretty early. Let's go there. And then over here I've got the honey extractor and the bottling plant next to each other, the bottles in between. These are actually designed to be picked up as a global company. They've obviously been given a mass so you can just pick them up. As are the bottles. So there we go. Look, because they can go up where they stack. Take a couple at a time. Taking you on that side. Go. Back down there. And just like any global company, you can go pop into them. So you see there we need to put honey in, and we'll get some honey boxes out. This can take the full honeycombs and gives us the empty honeycomb back to go back in the hives and the honey for the bottling plant. And obviously the honeycomb, you can see there's got nothing in it. But yeah, I'll just sort this one out, and that will just about be us sorted for today. Knock this back over with the forks. There we go. Alright, so I'm just going to leave the skid steer here for now. There's no need for it up at the sawmill at the moment because we don't have anything up there being produced. But yeah, I think this is going to work quite well. Big building. I don't know if I quite needed something this big, but it was pretty affordable. This takes up a lot of space. But yeah, set that down. So there we go. Next time we'll be getting some fruit trees if the temperature's risen. And fingers crossed, we'll be getting into ploughing this. And getting it ready for the poplars. Just have a quick look here at the seasons, what the weather forecast is for. So it's still tomorrow, starting to get a bit warmer towards the end of the day, but maybe Thursday we're getting into the 40s up towards the 50s, so we'll just have to wait and see what the weather brings. But anyhow, that will be enough for us from Holmakra for today. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.